Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm doing a review on the Powrbox Exile boxing gloves. So stay tuned. Hey guys, Carlo here, and today I'm doing a review on the Powrbox Exile boxing gloves. Got mine in the Ninja Crypto colorway, which is black, lime green, and white. 12 ounces. It is a Velcro closure only model. You can get this anywhere between 10 to 16 ounces with multiple different colorways that are available. You can check those out on the Powrbox website. The glove is made of a microfiber synthetic leather outside casing with 5 layers of foam over the knuckle area. And I believe the gloves are manufactured in either Pakistan or China. There's no actual tag on the inside of the glove. There's typically tags in gloves that designate where they're manufactured, but these gloves do not have that. So those are my best guess on where these gloves are most likely manufactured. Now, Powrbox is a brand that's based out of Australia. I actually saw them a couple of years ago on social media, on Instagram. I have always been interested in their equipment, their gloves, just based on their designs. They have some really cool looking designs as well as colorways, and have a pretty good following on social media as well. You see several pro boxers, amateur boxers alike use their equipment. So that's what really got me interested on these. So I decided to pull the trigger. I really like this particular colorway, especially with the lime green. I don't really have many gloves that have this color, so I decided to go with that. And it's a really nice looking colorway with the black and white and that lime green, which just kind of gives it a little bit of contrast with that gold logo. So it's a really sharp looking glove. So again, wanted to pull the trigger just to see how these gloves are. These gloves really remind me, and I always like to kind of use other gloves as a comparison in terms of just the way they look and feel and just the design. That way, if you have those gloves already, you can use them as kind of like a reference point. But back in 2020, I believe, right around when the pandemic started, I did a review on this brand that's no longer around. They're called Phantom Boxing. And these remind me of those almost to a T, like the microfiber synthetic they use, the shape of the hand. The Phantom made this glove called the El Cocoy boxing glove, and these really remind me of those. So that's, if you have a pair of those for any reason, that would be probably the closest comparison with those. So from a design standpoint, I'd say the glove for a 12 ounce glove is, I'd say medium in profile. It's not too wide. It's not a super tall, long cuff glove. It is not too short and stocky. So I'd say it's right there in the middle in terms of sizing. You have that synthetic microfiber material that you see on a lot of companies use in their gloves. It's a nice thicker microfiber synthetic, so definitely better than some of the entry-level stuff you see from other brands. One thing I like is their logo. I think that Powrbox logo looks really sharp. It's really clean. It's large with the gold, but I do like just kind of that cursive look with the P and the B. I think it looks really good, and they did a nice job with that. Coming around, you have the thumb that's segmented from the back of the hand in that lime green. That looks really clean as well. There is the knuckle area. It's a little dirty from using it, but you can see there that it has kind of a glossy finish in terms of the microfiber throughout the entire glove. Both the black, the white, and the green has a glossy finish to it. Coming down to the back of the Velcro strap, it is Powrbox Boxing, so you have that actually embossed into the microfiber 3.5 inch Velcro strap. Full length Velcro right there. And you have that nice foamy tricot liner on the inside. That looks really good. Black piping around that. I'd say you have maybe about 1 inch of medium to soft density foam padding on the back of the wrist. The inside of the wrist is more rigid and firm. I'd say you have about 1/2 inch on the inside of the wrist on both sides of padding right there. So if you rotate this around, you can actually see the padding goes up and ends right about here, and then it comes up to right about here as well. You have the elastic that comes across on the palm to keep the palm together. It says 12 ounces for the weight. You have perforated holes on the palm, nothing on the actual thumb. And I'd say that the grip bar is on a little bit on the smaller side, and it's not very pronounced. It has kind of like more of just kind of like it's like a speed bump and it's pretty soft. So it would have been nice if they had a thicker and more pronounced grip bar that you can really grip onto. You also have an attached thumb, which I feel that the attached thumb piece should have been moved up closer to this spot right here. I feel like it's a little bit too low, and that allows the thumb to kind of be exposed and stick out too much, both in terms of the length of the attachment as well as where it connects to. I feel like the attached thumb should be more in this area, not too far back down. But there you have it, design-wise, a really nice looking glove. Quality is really good. I mean, for a synthetic glove, you know, everything is relative. You know, the stitching looks pretty clean throughout the entire glove. The microfiber is held up really well. You can see here the outside edges, the stitching looks pretty clean. The weight of the glove was off by, if we wanted to round up, I believe they were at like 12.9 ounces. So they're about an ounce overweight. So they definitely need to correct that in terms of weighing the glove, just to make sure that it's on point with weight. But you can see here, I mean, the stitching all looks pretty solid. The liner looks good, that nice tricot liner, smooth. The Velcro strap has that extra reinforcement that I like that they do. A lot of gloves, sometimes they just attach it to this outside edge and they don't put anything right here, but I do like the fact that they put that extra, that piece that keeps everything nice and locked in. There's the palm side, the stitching looks really clean. Right there looks good. And the balance of the glove, it's a little top heavy, just barely. And the only reason I say that is because this middle section right here, the foam is a little bit soft on the back of the wrist. So you get a little bit of sag, not too much, it's not too bad, but it is there just a little bit. But overall, pretty well balanced. Just a little bit top heavy in that regard. But yeah, my takeaways would be being a little bit overweight would probably be the biggest thing in terms of the quality of the glove. Comfort of the glove, sliding your hand in. The first thing you'll notice is going to be the liner, that nice soft, smooth liner. You don't have any bunching up compared to like some of those polyester nylon liners that you get a lot of material. So you don't feel any of that on any portion of your hand or your wrist, nothing down here. The finger compartment too, you don't feel like any excess bunching up on the fingers or on the thumb. The thumb position is actually really good. The piping around the fat part of the thumb isn't too tight. And you can see I have a good amount of mobility to be able to move my thumb. The only issue again is going to be that thumb attachment. To me, is too far back and should be brought up a little bit closer so that you can actually pull your thumb in, because as you can see right now, the thumb can really flare out and you can definitely do some damage with that. So I definitely feel the thumb right there needs to be fixed in terms of the attachment. The depth of the hand compartment is really good. Good amount of width, not too narrow, not too wide. I don't feel like it's too roomy on the inside. If you're somebody who has bigger hands, longer fingers, I would venture maybe to go with like the 16-ounce version if you want a little bit more room. But for these 12 ounces, I feel like they fit pretty well for me. I've been just using these for hitting the mitts in the bag and they work out real nicely. It does have a semi-broken in feel, so you can see that it's not an extremely stiff glove, but after you use it for a little bit, it starts to really break in and you can open and close your hand pretty well. So nice and comfortable there. And there's a piece of that foam liner that covers the stitching right here. So aside from that grip bar, you also have a piece that covers the stitching to kind of give yourself a little bit of something to grip onto with the ends of your fingertips. But yeah, overall, they're very comfortable. Just need to fix that thumb. Protection and performance wise, the padding on here, I'd say is more on the medium side. So it's very well balanced. You get a good amount of crack with this glove, good amount of feedback. It's right in the middle in terms of performance. So if you're looking for something that you can spar with, hit the bag with, and pretty much do anything in the gym, this definitely would be a suitable glove for that based on the consistency of that foam padding, the way it feels. And you can also feel that they use kind of a softer lined foam that goes up against your hand right before the liner. So that feels really nice and soft, especially when you have your hand wraps on. So I'd say in terms of the protection and performs great, and a very well balanced type of padding that they use in this glove. Cost wise, once you convert it to US dollars, just depending on where you live here in the US, these gloves are $89, which I'd say that it's right around the ballpark where they should be. You know, I say being a synthetic leather glove, to me these are probably anywhere between the 70 to 80, max $90 range, which these are at $89. Based on just the comfort, the color variations, the sizes you can choose from. I definitely like the layered foam padding. You know, typically you get some of the cheaper, budget-friendly synthetic gloves and they use molded foam, or they kind of cheap out on the foam. With these, I feel like you're getting a quality foam, multi-layer foam glove with that higher end microfiber. So I definitely would say at the price point where it's at, it's right at the right price point. Not too expensive, not too cheap. Would be nice if you can grab a pair of these when they're on sale. That way you can save a little bit of money. They also have an Exile ST model, which I'm not too sure what the difference is with those. Maybe I'll try them out in the future. But so far, these gloves, for what they are really solid for the price point that they come in at. So the pros for these gloves is going to be the color selection and size variation. Very comfortable hand compartment, very comfortable thumb. I definitely like the layered foam padding. It has really good balance to it. Cons, I would say, is going to be, the big one is going to be that thumb attachment. It needs to be kind of pulled in a little bit. I would say the microfiber casing, I mean, that's kind of a pro or a con, just depending on how you look at it, but a lot of people prefer a genuine leather glove. So it would be kind of nice if they had a genuine leather model for this particular glove, and even offer a Exile lace-up version. So instead of just Velcro, offer a lace-up version of this glove. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box on where you can find these Powrbox Exile boxing gloves. See you guys later. Take care.